Hello everyone, welcome back to my booktube channel. My name is Hannah if you are new, and today we're going to be talking about all the books that I am going to attempt to read in the month of August. Let's get started. Okay, so the first book that I'm going to talk about is actually one that I've already read in the month of August, and that is the graphic novel Twins by Varian Johnson and Shannon Wright. First of all, I just want to talk about the artwork in this graphic novel. I just love how colorful it is, and it is meant for like middle grade aged kids, so it is very bright, it is very colorful, it is very engaging. So basically in this story we're following our main characters Maureen and Francine, and they are twins. Francine is the more outgoing, the more talkative one, and she kind of wants to separate herself from Maureen and become her own person and kind of figure out who she is in middle school. And Maureen is the exact opposite. She does not want to take on middle school without Francine by her side. We follow Francine as she actually starts to run for class president. And then something happens, and Maureen also wants to run for class president. So they end up running against each other. I just absolutely loved this story. I thought it was so good. I did end up giving it 4 stars because even though I really did enjoy it and I really did enjoy the artwork, I think that it read very young. Obviously it was meant for middle grade and I knew that going in. But it was reading just a little bit too young for me, but that is the only reason I gave it 4 stars, and again, that was just a personal preference thing. Okay, so the next book that I want to get to in the month of August is This Is What Happened by Mick Herron. Now, Mick Herron is an author that I've never read before. I actually heard about him when I went to the Ruth Ware author signing, and she actually was the one to recommend Mick Herron. She said that she was making her way through one of his series. Apparently he writes a lot of spy thrillers, and I've never read a spy thriller before, and I'm kind of nervous. I've actually already started it. I'm like just a little bit in, but I'm kind of nervous because I've never wanted to pick up something like this until I heard Ruth Ware recommend it. So I was like, you know, anything that she recommends to me, I love her, so I feel like I would like him. And honestly, it's very short. It's only like 260 pages and the font is super big. So I feel like I can probably fly through this one easily, and especially since it's a thriller, so we'll see. The next book that I want to get to is a sequel to a graphic novel that I've already read, and that is Swing It Sunny by Jennifer and Matthew Holm. So I read the first one, which I think is called Sunny Side Up, last month, and absolutely loved it. Oh my goodness. This is another graphic novel that is meant for middle grade kids, so it will read kind of young, so keep that in mind. But the first one, if you've not read the first one, please pick that one up. I'm not sure what this one's about. I know we're just following Sunny. Let me get the first one. Okay, so the first one is called Sunny Side Up, and basically what this is about is we're following our main character Sunny, and for her summer vacation, she gets to go spend it with her grandfather in their retirement home, which obviously for a middle school age kid is probably not the ideal summer vacation. But while she is there, she actually meets a little boy that's her age, and I forget his name. Buzz. His name is Buzz, and he is just the cutest little boy ever. Oh my gosh. And they build this friendship, and she actually starts to begin to like where she's at for her summer vacation. I will say this, if you have a child that reads this book, there is a heavy topic in this book that I was not expecting, and it can be pretty heavy for a child if they try and read this graphic novel. Again, it's very bright, it's very colorful, and it's very inviting for all children of the middle grade age. I just think that you should know that going in if you do have a child reading this, but if you're an adult, I think it's absolutely fantastic. So yes, I am excited to pick up the second one. I'm so excited to see what Sunny gets into. It looks like in this one it takes place in the fall time, so it's perfect timing. The next book that I really want to get to that I've actually already started is Stillhouse Lake by Rachel Kane. This is a book that was recommended to me by Haley Hughes here on YouTube. That's actually where I first saw it. Anything that she recommends, I have to pick up. So I don't really know a ton about this. I want to read you the first few lines of the synopsis because that was, honestly, when I read it, I was like, honey, say less. Killing didn't stop when they caught her husband. Gina Royal is the definition of average. A shy Midwestern housewife with a happy marriage and 2 adorable children. Okay, literally I read that sentence right there and immediately picked it up because I will pick up anything with Midwestern housewife drama and thrilling murders and anything like that. So I'm really excited about this one. Okay, so next we have another graphic novel. And let me say this, I know I've already showed you 2 graphic novels on this list, but it is the month of August and I am a teacher. So the month of August is just gonna be crazy for me, I already know. So I tried to pick a TBR that was realistic for me because when I come home and I cannot be bothered to open up a book with words in it, I pick up graphic novels. So that is why you see quite a few graphic novels on here because at the end of the day, my brain is just mush and I can read minimal words and I can look at pictures. So the next graphic novel that I want to get to in the month of August is called Displacement by Kaiku Hughes. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but this is a graphic novel all about our main character, Kaiku or Kiku, however you say that. And that is the name of the author. So I'm not sure if this is nonfiction in a way. All I know about this one is that we're following her in a dream. And in that dream, she ends up in a 1940 Japanese American internment camp in World War II. And in that internment camp was where her grandmother was actually held during World War II. So I think that this one might be a little bit of a heavier read, but I'm really excited to go ahead and dive into this one. Just like the other ones, I think that this artwork is just phenomenal. I love graphic novels, and you're gonna see a lot of graphic novels here on my channel if you stick around because they're just my favorite thing. So the next book that I want to pick up in the month of August is The Children on the Hill by Jennifer McMahon. And I have heard everyone and their brother talk about this book, and I've heard that it is scary. But I read a lot of mysteries and thrillers, so it takes a really, really good book to actually scare me. But this one might freak me out a little bit. So basically we're following, I believe her name is Dr. Helen Hildreth. And basically she is a child psychologist, I believe, and she is also a grandmother to 2 children. So basically one day, Dr. Helen, or Gran as her grandchildren call her, brings home a child to stay permanently with the family. This child's name is Iris, and soon Iris and the other children make friends and they do everything together. And then I think we're switching points of view. We're following Lizzie in 2019, and a child has just been abducted and there's been a monster sighting. So this sounds absolutely insane. I cannot wait for this ride. I probably will be picking this up very soon. This book that I want to try and get to in the month of August, and my brother, if he's watching this, he's going to be so excited to see that I'm finally picking this one up, and that is Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins. And I know what you're thinking, Hannah, we have all read The Hunger Games. You're like 8 years behind. Yes, I know that I'm very late to the game, very aware of that. But basically my brother got me hooked on The Hunger Games a couple of months ago, and I read the original one and Catching Fire and absolutely loved them. I don't know what I was doing back in 2013 when these were like it, but I was missing out because I love these so much. I'm trying to watch the movies as I finish the books, and if you haven't read these, I would highly recommend doing that because it's so much fun as you finish the book and then go watching the movie. There's just something about watching them come to life. It's just so much fun. So this is the third book in the Hunger Games trilogy. So this is where it all comes to an end. I know that there's a fourth one out, but I've heard that one's not as good as the original trilogy. So I've just kind of been putting off and putting off and putting off because I don't want to watch these characters come to an end because I just love them so much. While you're here, I want to ask you, are you team Gale or team Peeta? So I can't really tell you what this book is about without telling you what the first book is about because I don't want to spoil this one for you. So in the original Hunger Games, if you've not already heard about the Hunger Games, if you live under a rock like I do, then I'm going to tell you what the Hunger Games is. We are following our main character, Katniss Everdeen, and Katniss lives in this village called District 12. And basically where they live, it is separated into districts. And Katniss and her family live in District 12. And all of these villages and all of these districts are overrun and corrupted by this absolutely dictatorship of a government. In this horrible place, they have a tradition called the Hunger Games. And basically, each year they choose 2 adolescents to go into a ring and basically fight to the death. And when they have a winner, that district gets unlimited food. Yeah, so if you've not read it, please do. It sounds intense because it absolutely is intense. It is so good. It keeps you on your toes. It is so engaging. You want to know what's going to happen. And so this is the third book in that trilogy. Basically, all these things have happened that I can't tell you if you've not read the books. Hopefully we get some answers because Catching Fire left on a huge cliffhanger. Huge cliffhanger. So I definitely need to pick this up. So the last 2 books that I want to get to in the month of August are actually from my favorite author of all time. And they're actually the last 2 books that I have of his entire list of books that he's written. I actually have a fun vlog that I'm going to do with these books. Hopefully, again guys, school's starting, so my brain is going to be all over the place. So bear with me. If the vlog doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I'm so excited to finally pick these up. So the first one is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. If you've not heard of Riley Sager or read a Riley Sager book, stop what you're doing, put your phone down, put your laptop away, whatever you're doing, and run to the bookstore and get something by Riley Sager because I have given all of his books, every single one of them. I think they're right up there. There's 6 books that he's written and I've read 4 of them and I've given them all 5 stars. In my mind, you cannot top Riley Sager. Anyway, I'm so sorry about that passionate rant about Riley Sager. Survive the Night. I really want to pick this one up because he actually wrote this book last year and I still haven't gotten to it. I think it's because that this book has so many bad reviews. People absolutely hate this book. And honestly, it would break my heart in half to hate this book. Because again, he is just it for me. And Haley Hughes is also, I know I've mentioned her before, but she's like the only one that I've seen that actually likes this book. So everyone else that I watch absolutely hates this book. Basically what this book is about is we're following our main character Charlie, and I think this whole book takes place in a car or a car ride And our main character Charlie is coming home from college because there is a campus killer on the loose. And basically, I believe that this guy that she gets in the car with ends up being the campus killer, so you're kind of following this whole ride of her like trying to figure out what to do. So again, I'm really nervous about picking this one up because it would absolutely break my heart to give him anything less than 5 stars. So I think that's why I put it off for so long. I just can't find it in me to give him less than anything than 5 stars. So I will be getting to this one this month. Okay, so in that same vein, we're going to be picking up his newest release, The House Across the Lake. And I think this is my most anticipated read of the entire year because I actually pre-ordered this one. And let me show you the best part. Ah, it's signed! Can you see that? It's signed. So basically he did a book signing at Murder by the Books, I think, in Texas, I believe. And they were the only ones that were selling the pre-ordered signed copies, and I got one. I was so excited when it came in the mail. And just look at this cover. This cover is stunning. So like I have it in its own special place in my shelves. So basically what this book is about is we're following our main character, Casey. And Casey is one of those women that doesn't have very much on her agenda. So basically how she passes the time is she looks out her window. So it's giving me very much woman in the window vibes. I really liked that book, so I have a feeling that I'm really gonna like this one too, and plus it's from Riley Sager, so I know I'm gonna enjoy it. This book I've heard really good things about. Unlike the other one, I've heard that people really love this one as well. So I'm really excited about this one. I'm more excited about this one than Survive the Night because, yeah, so hopefully I can get through Survive the Night, and then if I don't like it, I can just immediately pick this one up and it'd be okay. Okay, my friends, so that is all of the books that I want to get to in the month of August. Again, my month of August is probably going to be absolutely crazy. My brain is going to be all over the place because it's back to school season. So bear with me if I don't get all of these books read. And if you made it this far, please make sure to like and subscribe so you can follow more of my bookish journey. And I will see you next time. Bye!